Welcome to Worse Than 10. My name's Reid Jolly. This is Daniel Giannis, and if you're watching this, you're probably not a refugee trying to get into Europe right now. Week 1 of NFL football finally here. Starts tomorrow night on Thursday for all fantasy owners. Super excited. Everyone's got to be excited. You excited?
I love talking about football. I'm just glad to start watching football.
Absolutely. Did you have a good Labor Day? I'm sorry.
I did. No, I did. I drank plenty and slept plenty and drank some more. So yeah,
had a draft.
We had a draft. We did a draft. I was not drunk this year for my draft, so that was good. Whether or not that mattered, we'll talk about a little later.
Yeah, most Labor Days, everyone does their draft. It's draft weekend, and another day that China gets another full day work day over us usually.
Yeah.
So Brady. Suspension gone. Deflategate is over.
It's over.
Supposedly. We'll see.
Yeah, I think it's done. I think for a lot of people, you just saw everyone's draft just change overnight. I think once he was back in, it
Brady
seemed like
shot up the charts.
Fucking skyrocketed.
And the people that got him late early are gleaming and touching themselves.
Yep.
But now all the stuff with shredding papers and going to locker rooms and stealing.
That's only beginning.
Stuff. That's starting.
Only beginning.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Not that it affects fantasy owners, but
absolutely not.
Patriots are still cheaters, apparently. Wide receiver for the Bears, Alshon Jeffries, did not practice yesterday. If he doesn't practice today, he's probably not going to play this week. Week 1. No. He will not play, which puts a lot on Eddie Royal. So that's one thing to think about. Todd Gurley reported yesterday may not go until week 4. So we reported because from NFL.com weeks ago he was supposed to go week 1. Be ready. So please, Ferguson Rams, please get your shit together and report the right stuff. A lot of people drafted him 3rd, 4th round now. He may not go till week 4. So he's about on pace with Arian Foster. So
yep.
Now we're going to talk. We did draft this weekend, Daniel and I in our league. We'll talk about our draft board a little bit and some quirky things that happened to show you guys what happened. First person off the board, Adrian Peterson, went to Matt, and then it kind of went how draft should go until Graham took Matt Forte and surprised everyone. This is not a PPR league, by the way. Then it went kind of normal, but here's some quirky things that happened. So that's you. This is...
that is Nick.
Nick.
Yes.
Nick did draft a kicker. Some people do that just to get depth.
Mm-hmm.
But now he has until tomorrow afternoon to get one. Graham drafted 2 injured tight ends in a row. Julius Thomas is out for 4 weeks. Zach Ertz may not go week 1. And he drafted Terrence West, who not only was there a starter named in Cleveland, which I drafted right after him, and Isaiah Crowell. I was so happy that he drafted Terrence West. But then Terrence West was traded to Tennessee. He just completely should have been. And then I think he left the room and went on autopilot. I don't know what happened after that. Alex Smith, last pick.
Yeah.
What else happened that was mind-blowing?
We had Javier, who...
Javier's a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
DeMarco Murray, Tony Romo. Then it was kind of good.
Wasn't bad.
Tom Brady got super late.
Arian Foster's a little high up there.
Yeah, but this is after we found out he'll be back.
That's true.
In October. So that's... If he had fallen to here, I would have taken him, honestly.
Tom Brady, that's a good pick.
Yeah. Another suspended 4 weeks. You can't even use him. Terrence Williams, holy shit. Kristen Michaels, oh my god.
Michael. Yeah.
When I was putting these in, it shows the player on Yahoo.
Did you even find him in your list?
Yeah, I did barely. Most of these are over rank of 200. Kristen was 1,077. That's how
You got to be
far down. I'm not. That's how far down he was.
Jesus.
He does not have enough running backs to start the season because he's injured and he's not even supposed to start week 1. They both have zeros as projected points. So it'll be real interesting for him.
Yeah.
And you and I actually play each other week 1.
We do. We play each other week 1. I think that'd be an awesome matchup.
It's going to be a great matchup. And we're right here. You had a pretty good draft. I drafted a running back that I found out right after the draft went to IR and is out for at least 12 weeks. I'm not super excited about that.
As no one should
I
be.
hit the waiver wire minutes after our draft and looked everywhere, and there is nothing out there. I did pick someone up, and I'm not saying who because I don't want anyone else to go grab him because I'm not sure what my waiver priority is.
Keeping things to himself.
I am. I'm keeping it to myself.
Right. Yes.
So that was our draft board.
We'll probably put a graphic or something, hopefully, up of
to show our
matchup.
matchup.
Matchup between he and I.
And he is supposed to score about
106.
Yeah, I think
and you're around 102, 103.
Yeah,
I mean,
something like that.
It's pretty tight. So
Yahoo, I don't know what they're going by. It's week 1.
It's going to be hit or miss week 1. I mean, it's all a guessing game. I think for all of us this week. And
they're going by like last season's production. There's nothing to go by week 1. So until they actually play.
Yep.
So we have 5 players each. We have for what we think are going to be great matchups this first week. Once again, it's week 1, so we're just kind of spitballing here. But who do you have for 5 breakout players you think are going to be great fantasy starts this first week?
Honestly, starting it off the gate, Des Bryant should do pretty good against New York. I think he'll have a good one.
I agree. I think that's going to be an absolute shootout.
Yeah. No,
back and forth. That's going to be a high-scoring game.
I have Des Bryant in our league, so hopefully he does well for me. Andrew Luck versus Buffalo. I think I have Buffalo's defense, so this is actually probably a surprise to you that I picked Andrew Luck, but I really think Luck could have a good first week against them. I think he'll score a lot of points.
I disagree because Buffalo's defense has only, I think, gotten better. And last year, they played Green Bay. They went against Aaron Rodgers, held him to 0 touchdowns. They played Denver. They held Peyton Manning to 0 touchdowns. And they broke both of their streaks of throwing at least 1 touchdown in a game.
Right.
For a lot of games. I forget how many games it was, but Andrew Luck may be in for a long day in Buffalo.
It could go either way. Third, I have Devontae Adams. I think Devontae Adams, we all know his stock's gone up after Randall Cobb going down and Jordy Nelson before that. Cobb will only be missing, I think, a week, but Devontae Adams, he's probably going to be the go-to guy this week. If anyone has him, I'm sure several people have picked him up as a number 2 or even number 3 receiver in some drafts. I think he's going to have a good week, and he's playing against Chicago, which
not known for their defense as of late.
Has given up 12 TDs in the last 3 games. And I don't see that letting up anytime soon. Devontae and Green Bay should have a good day. Jordan Matthews, I think he could play pretty good, considering they're playing against Atlanta. Atlanta not really been known as of late for their pass coverage. So, and then 5th, I have. Do I even have a 5th? No, I scratched it out. I was going to say Ben Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown. I scratched them out because I think that's a no fucking brainer. I think they're playing, they're going to play pretty good tomorrow, but we'll see.
All right, I have my 5 great matchups. I think 5 players that are be great starts this week. Week 1, it's a gamble, I think, but week 1 you never know what's going to happen, but these are 5, I think, locks. Aaron Rodgers against Chicago. I think he's just going to pick Chicago apart. Kind of a sad defense, and I just think he has the weapons to just go nuts.
They're
in
going to
there.
really pick on their defense
Yeah.
this week.
Julio Jones, I love. I think against Philly, that's a Monday night game, the first of two, and I think that's going to be a shootout also. That I think he's going to be one of the bright spots of fantasy football all year long. Sam Bradford against Atlanta. That's the other Monday night game. I think he's what I've seen in preseason. He's going to line it up against Atlanta. Also, a shootout. Amari Cooper, that's kind of a gamble I had. But week one, I think with the Raiders, he's going to line up against Cincinnati. I don't believe in their corners. I think he can get all over the field. And I think Carr can get him to him. He was one of the two best rookie quarterbacks last year. And I think the Raiders... the Chiefs should be worried, actually, in their division. I think the Raiders are going to be pretty good this year. Amari Cooper is going to do good week one, I think. I think he'd be a good start if you have him to put in as a flex, maybe. And then my fifth one, anybody for the Vikings. Anybody. Literally, because most of the San Francisco defense is, I think, serving time. It's like that scene from Major League. Yeah. Like, where'd you used to play? California Penal League. They're all busy beating their wives instead of at practice.
Or raping.
Or just doing horrible things. Yeah. So, also we have 5 not bad matchups, but maybe not so great starts. We don't want to say sit them or not start them because these are good players that you probably drafted high. And if we did a show of like not start players, it would be boring. Like, don't start Charles Sims or don't start Brandon Oliver. This would be a boring fucking show. But these are good players. They're just not so great this week, we think. So,
I think I'll start off. Joe Flacco versus Denver. He's going to struggle, I think, a little bit, which he typically does on the road. I mean, I don't know how many he loses on the road typically in the last couple of seasons, but I don't think it's going to be any different against Denver. Yeah. So Flacco might, I'm not sure how many people are, starting him, but I would, if you have to, you have to, but he's a guy I would definitely.
Hopefully most people drafted him as a backup, as a number 2 running back. Number 2 quarterback.
Yeah, no kidding. So
hopefully that's nobody's starter.
No kidding. Jimmy Graham.
Surprised.
I feel like we pick on Jimmy Graham a little bit here, but
on this show I do. I think Keith might be in love with him, but I'm not. You're not.
I'm not. I think they're playing against St. Louis this week, and it's not going to be a very high-scoring game. And I think for the most part, you're not going to see Jimmy Graham do a lot of big things. So he'll be your starter, but he's not going to give you a lot of points.
I mean, you probably should start him. You drafted him as your starter,
right? He's going to start. We just don't think he's a
point. Yeah,
right.
You should put him in your lineup. We're not saying don't. Just yeah.
Alfred Morris versus Miami. Not too many teams have had success really running against Miami, and I think they're only getting better.
And with Sue, it's gonna get worse.
And Kirk Cousins. We don't really know what the fuck to think about Kirk Cousins. I mean, he is probably the better option right now than RG3
for passing,
but
they're going to pass a lot more and run less. I think.
They are. Yeah, that's a good point. So Alfred Morris, I wouldn't hold too much hope on him this week. Sammy Watkins versus Indianapolis. We just, you're going to probably say your words on Tyrod Taylor. I'd love to hear what you say, but we don't really know what to expect out of that duo.
Yeah, I don't know yet.
I don't know if he's really a guy that I would even. I mean, yeah, maybe a good flex, but I'm not sure.
He'd be a good flex.
Really going to light it up this week. And last but not least, Marcus Wheaton versus New England. He didn't get a single touchdown to like week 8, so hopefully he's a guy that
I don't know.
That's a fucking start.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Mine are Frank Gore against Buffalo. Buffalo's defense, especially against the run last year and this year, is going to be better. I think Frank Gore's going to have a tough fucking day against Buffalo at home. Alfred Blue did not look good in preseason, did not look good in minicamp. Yeah. Without their starter, Alfred Blue is, I think, too small guy, especially against the Kansas City defense. He's not going to get much done there. No. Cam Newton against Jacksonville. Jacksonville is say what you want about a bad team. Jacksonville is very good against the pass. They have good corners and good safeties. They put good pressure against teams. Jacksonville is not going to let Cam Newton get anything done in the air, and they're depleted on wide receivers.
Yeah.
Cam Newton is a not start for sure. I will say that. Trey Mason against Seattle. Seattle's pretty good defense against everybody, and Trey Mason actually is a little dinged up. So I would not start him at all. And Jamal Charles, people that draft him are going to hate to hear this, against Houston. Houston's got a really good defense, too, against the run. With J.J. Watt and Clowney coming back, Clowney looked great in minicamp for the work he did. They held him out for most of the preseason games, but he is fresh legs and ready to go. I think Jamal Charles is going to have a tough day for when they do give him the ball. So I don't like him either. But, I mean, if you drafted him,
He's got to
number
start.
one, you got to put him in there and hope for the best.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying don't do it, but when he scores you 4 points, I'll be there right behind you going, I fucking told you so, with a smile on my face. We have 3 emails we actually got via text. The first one is Graham Greer from his mother's house. I'm waiting on Julius Thomas, who's injured. He drafted. We saw that here. An idiot. Should I pick up Kobe Fleener or Vernon Davis off the waiver wire? I actually have a bet with him this year, which we'll talk about in a little bit, based on the season.
Yeah.
Based on that, I say neither. But as a fan of the show, I would go Vernon Davis, actually. I think Vernon Davis is due for a comeback year, and they need targets there. I mean, Kobe Fleener, there's him and there's Dwayne Allen. You don't know which tight end to go with. Vernon Davis is the tight end there.
He is.
I would pick up Vernon Davis.
He
had a down year last year.
Yeah.
I'd go with Vernon Davis. What do you think?
I would do Vernon Davis. I had him on one of my fantasy teams last year, and he didn't do worth a shit. But I think he's due for another comeback.
But the year before that, I thought
he was awesome.
He was good.
The year before, but I also had him that year. So,
and I don't like Kobe Fleener's hair. It's fucking Goldilocks. I can't put someone like that on my team.
I would agree.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Dave Wahlberg in Leawood, Kansas. Who's the best flex option this week? Wheaton or Yeldon? And then besides the top 3 quarterbacks, who else would be solid?
Who's the better flex?
Yeah.
We all would know my answer. It would be Yeldon.
Yeah, I like Yeldon. He's the number 1 back in Jacksonville. He's got the starting job. He's drafted high. I love Yeldon. I'm high on Yeldon. I'm pissed he's not on any 3 of my teams. Definitely Yeldon. I'd stash Wheaton for a couple weeks, see what he does. If Wheaton goes off this week, fucking start him.
Yeah.
And what other quarterbacks? I've got Roethlisberger. Besides the top 3, I've got Roethlisberger, Teddy Bridgewater, Matthew Stafford. I think those guys are going to be solid this year also.
Yeah.
And then Johnny Byrne, Lee Summit, Missouri. What's the value of playing a defense week to week off the waiver wire? I think it's very smart. If you don't get a top defense like Buffalo, Seattle, St. Louis, and you keep them all year long, getting one and playing matchups every week is very good. I've done it before, and I've gotten very far with it. Just picking one up and playing the worst, playing whoever Tennessee plays, or picking up the defense that plays the weaker teams.
I've never done that. So
yeah,
I mean, that
can be very beneficial.
Yeah, that's something I've never really done. That's
It's
a
smart.
really good question. So yeah,
It's tough if everyone else in your league, too many people do the same thing. It's tough to get the right defense.
Exactly.
So, but it's smart. All right.
But we have to talk before we go off air.
Yeah.
The
bet.
yeah.
I did make a bet with Graham Greer on the season. Best record, or whoever gets further in the playoffs. Loser will get a tattoo at the end of the season.
Not suck each other's toe.
No. It'll be a Care Bear T-bowing, and it'll say the winner's name, so-and-so beat me, fantasy football 2015. Mine will be on my right calf, and his will be on his arm. So it was videotaped. The bet was drunkenly by someone, and Daniel will have that cleaned up and put on our website also separately for your viewing pleasure. So it's in the books, and that'll be done before that'll be done after the playoffs fantasy, but it'll be done before the actual NFL playoffs and Super Bowl. So
I love the idea. I think it's great. With that said, I would never make that fucking bet.
Yeah.
But these two guys, I'm not at all surprised. So I can't wait to see how that's
we're crazy.
How that's going to play
The
out.
original bet was, I don't know if you're out there. The original bet was my face or his face. I wanted my face on him going.
Well, like
that would be.
You should have have him put it on his back.
Yeah, or on his arm. Just me going. Explain that to a chick that wakes up next to you in the morning. Like, why is
creepy as
he
fuck,
looking at me? Yeah, I'd much rather have a Care Bear. That's loving and cuddly than Graham's fucking face. All right, well, thanks for watching again. Good luck week 1, and I hope all you guys win your fantasy leagues. And we'll be back week 2. Thanks. Bye.